Hi, my name's Bill, and this is how I do it. Today I'm back with another episode of TNT, and if you don't know, that's Tiny Engine Tuesday, where we work on small engines, anything from chainsaws to brush cutter, pull behind brush cutter mowers, and everything in between. Today I'm working on a Craftsman 25cc, what they call the Weed Whacker Weedeater. A customer brought this unit in, said he had a crank but no start situation, so you already know what we do when we have those. We're going to check for fuel, spark, and air, and diagnose exactly what's going on with this weed trimmer. So the first thing that I'm going to do, man, I'm going to check out, see what's going on, if we have any kind of air issues, something clogging up the filter, something else obstructing the airflow. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this air filter housing off, and if you look, there's no air filter to speak of, and there's also what appears to be a dirt dauber carcass or egg, or whatever you want to call those things, and it's really dirty on the inside, but it doesn't look like there's anything obstructing the air, even though it doesn't have a fuel filter, air filter. There's no telling what has went inside the engine. I'm almost scared to think about that thought. So doesn't appear to be that much wrong with the air system for us, anything clogging it. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to clean this up because it got residual oil all over everything on this entire weed eater. So put that to the side, clean that up with a little Dawn dishwashing detergent. And so the next thing that I'm going to do now, I'm going to check for spark. And it looks like the customer already changed the spark plug because it's newer than everything on here. So I'm just going to take this off, and I'm not going to use hot sauce to check it today. I'm going to use my trusty spark checker right here. I think this came from Harbor Freight. It may not be the best, but it works. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see the spark, but we're going to try it. And what happens is it ignites and get a little light right here, and you'll see if you have spark. So I'm just going to pull the trimmer. Let me see if I might can lean it, and you might can see it. So, okay, obviously we got spark because it sparked up and kind of tried to run for a little bit. So that being said, we got spark, so that means we must have a fuel issue. So hook the spark plug back up. All right, which means we may have a fuel issue. So let's look inside the gas tank and see exactly what we have going on. I can't tell. I know a lot of times these pre-mixed fuels, they be different colors and stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and drain all of that out anyway, and I'm going to replace the lines anyway, because I suspect this carburetor being bad. Judging by it, look like it's leaking. It has all kinds of residual oil and all kinds of things on it. So, and the bowl doesn't look bad. Actually, it's still holding fluid and everything, so it doesn't have any holes and anything in it. So I'm going to take this carburetor off, and I'm just going to look at it, see what's going on with it. A little simple throttle cable right here. I like that. It's very simple. All right, we got a couple of Torx screws right here. This right here is a T20 that I'm using. Take this backing off, and the fuel lines are connected. I'll take these off real quick. I just like to give them a slight twist, and most of the time they'll break free. You can just pull them out. That one broke all together. All right. Remove that backing from the carburetor. And this will get cleaned off as well. It doesn't look so bad, but man, when you let these things sit up for so long, man, all kinds of varnish and stuff gets trapped inside the jets, and you have to take it apart and clean it all the way out. But luckily, it's your friendly neighborhood Amazon has these things for pretty cheap. Only problem is you gotta wait on them for a while to get here. So luckily, I already ordered one, and we're gonna replace that carburetor with a new one. But the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to clean up all of this area here, all of this, because it's really, really nasty. All right, I'm back after cleaning everything up a little bit. Cleaned up okay. At least enough to be able to work on it. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and replace that carburetor. It's leaking. I can tell that it's leaking on those seals. And I think it may be sucking some air in. The reason why it's not cranking all the way up and the fuel is not flowing like it's supposed to. So got a new carburetor from Amazon. Ooh, just like the old one, just like the old choke lever there, all of that, same carburetor. Ooh, let's change this bad boy out. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the lines first. I guess they do look a little old, but they don't look terribly old, but I'm gonna change them out anyway. Since we got some new fuel line, I might as well go ahead and change them out. It didn't come with a new seal right here for this right here. So this one right here, it appears to be good. It's not broken anything, so hopefully it still do a good job sealing up. If it ever is an issue, I don't know exactly what it is. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to put this carburetor back on. Put these lines back on. That's where I was at. Get this return line back on. And the main fuel line is on. All right, I'm gonna put this gasket back on here on the back of the air filter housing, and gonna line this bad boy up. Well, I'll tell you what, better off putting the screws behind it now. And again, you got metal screws going into aluminum carburetor with the plastic air houser filter cover. So they don't have to be too terribly tight. And again, I'm gonna have to come up with something with the air filter because I don't have one. So I'm gonna have to come up with something ingenious to make it work like it's supposed to. For now, I'm just gonna put this on here without one. Gonna hook the throttle back up. Throttle cable. And it's back together. Now I gotta get some fuel. This particular Weedeater takes 40-to-1 ratio of gas and oil mix. So let me see if I know I got some back here somewhere, so I'm gonna go find it. All right, back, we're gonna fill it up a little with that 40-to-1. Not too much gas in there though. Just enough. Let's get it. right, as you can see, that bad boy is on here and that bad boy is working. So crank this bad boy back up. And as you can see, the Weedeater is running well and fine. As you can tell, I'm still doing a little bit of adjustments on the carburetor on the high and low side. And it's kind of boring. I guess I'm not going to show that. But I'm going to do a video on how to tune up a carburetor on these Weedeaters in a separate video. I haven't done one yet, but I'm going to do one. It's not very difficult. Long story, less long. You turn them both in clockwise, and how I do it is I turn the low side out counterclockwise 1 full turn, and the high side I turn out 1.5 turns counterclockwise just to start off, and then I crank it up and I adjust accordingly. But I'm gonna do a whole video on that. All right, this is how I do it.
Let's hear it.
Say thank you for subscribing.
Thank you, Scott. Okay, let's hear it.